So let's dive into this Bible. So this is the first fancy Bible I got. And I don't even know what level of fancy you would consider this, but this is the first Bible I ever got that has these raised ribs. And as you can see here, it's a Legacy Standard Bible. Um, it is a genuine leather Bible. Why did I get a Legacy Standard Bible? Well, if you don't know by now, welcome to the channel, by the way, that I went on a buying frenzy for Bibles after being lost in the wilderness, I call it that, for over 10 years. I went on a frenzy of trying to replace 3 Bibles that I lost along the ways just by me misplacing them or whatever. And one of the Bibles was an NASB, and I really like the NASB. I think it's a good translation to have. It is one of my 3 favorite versions to have. Well, I noticed that they had updated the NASB to a 2020 version from the 1995 version, which is what I had and I liked. But I also found that this came out and they use Yahweh, which I think is kind of neat. Again, I'm not a translation nut. It's not something that I am. Uh, I like to have multiple translations because I enjoy reading them multiple different ways. So let's start flipping through this as I'm talking. But so I went ahead and found this. It is one that was printed or had a misprint on it, so it was at a discounted price. Um, I I'm all about a value price, and I'm all about having a less than perfect Bible. I don't want to go to church or somewhere with my Bible being part of my status. I do want to enjoy reading my Bible. That's about it. I want it in a text that I can understand and read, and I want it in a large print that I can easily read. And this is a giant print reference. Um, Legacy Standard Bible, giant print. Um, this is the burgundy genuine leather. It's not the highest end one. Um, but it had a few things that I thought was wow, I like that. That's pretty cool. So let's dive into those things. One, the print is fantastic on this. I mean, it's very easy to read. It's very dark, great contrast. It also has this little dividing line and this little dividing line down there. Neat things. And I like the, you know, red highlights. I also really like how bold. Why am I out of focus again? How long have I been out of focus? Get you back in focus there. So if you didn't see, there's a red line that goes down the center column. Which side do we want to be on here? The center here. Oh, it's trying to track other things. And the red highlights and the beginning of the verses nice and dark. Um, I like the footnotes and cross references down at the bottom. It keeps the text clean. I don't like things cluttered. I don't like a reference column in the middle so much. I definitely don't like a reference column on the outside. I just like nice, clean things. I am the guy that if when I want to get in depth in a Bible reference and stuff, at least for me, I like to do that with other people that are more knowledgeable or just as knowledgeable, or I like it to be a group or at least 2 people kind of situation. I think there's more value in that. But yeah, so these chapter or verse headings aren't so annoying while you're reading it. It's very easy to find. I think if your church was running an LSB, this would be great for being able to find where the verses are and stuff quickly and easily. But yeah, it's been a really nice Bible. NASB or LSB is not my primary reading Bible. This is one that I go to when I'm reading another Bible. I like having a reference Bible. So this Bible could have been anything for me, realistically. It didn't have to be this fancy, but I seen it. I really liked it. The price was good because it was misstamped and stuff. It's nice that it has the chapter numbers up at the top. I think every Bible does. But if you are noticing, there's no red letters in here. It is a black letter text. I do prefer a red letter text just because my reading level, or I'm not paying attention to the quotes. I'm not paying attention to those smaller details. I'm honestly just trying to stay focused on where the next line is. Let's be honest about it here. Just following along. 2-column format, obviously, as you can see. It does have some space every once in a while. It's not at the beginning of each book, I don't think. Some Bibles will give a lot of extra space. This does have, let's just check a couple of books here. I may be misspeaking. So, a little bit of space at the end. That, and I'm doing everything upside down, so it makes it a little bit more challenging because my brain isn't that sharp. So, but John goes directly into the Acts. There's no space there at all. Why they did that, I'm not for sure. Because on the other ones seem to leave space for notes or something, but that's not all the time. Sometimes, like there, it just went directly into it. So I'm guessing there's a certain amount of space they're willing to leave, and then they aren't willing to sacrifice that much page space. Which is alright. It's all good. That doesn't bother me much, but if it bothers you, I can understand. Romans, I've been working on Romans. Not much space at the bottom of that one. Let's just go ahead and get to the back here and kind of check out how they do the cross references and stuff like that, and see what other goodies are in here. If you have been around the channel, you know I'm not huge on a lot of, unboxings and things like that. I'm more about the clarity of the text, the size of the text, how easy it reads, are all the pages stuck together and hard to turn. That's another thing. These pages are nice. They have a little bit of thickness to them. It is a line by line as well. Very little ghosting. Uh, there is some ghosting, but it's not distracting. It's nowhere near as bad as some other Bibles that I have. And then the end of Revelations, a little bit of a page. Monetary unit, weights and measurements. Not every Bible has monetary unit. That's kind of a neat thing. Nice, a full page there for whatever you want to do with. And the concordance. Concordance has these dividing lines still going through those. Your A is double lined around it. I'm getting whooped now. Just talked about how great these papers are, and I can't get my fat thumbs to work here. Still has, some bold printing on to designate the difference there on your word versus the cross reference and stuff like that. Print is very small, but it is a pretty extensive Again, has that double lined out so you can see easily where it goes from one letter to the next. Not like it's that hard. You can see it on every word on the page that's in bold print that you're still in the B's. But but it makes it look nice. It makes it look fancy. Just go ahead and flip through this. Don't need to spend a lot of time on that. What do you think about the LSB? Is it something that you enjoy and like? Is it one that you have a problem with? It seems like way too many people argue about Bibles. And I have a video on that, or Bible translations, that you should probably check out. And then maps. And I'm very tired now. Here at the back, though, it does have some nice pages. So if you are a note taker, that's thick cardstock. And there's a few pages of it here. So if that is you, it's, I mean, don't know if you can hear it or not through there, but it is pretty good cardstock. That may be fantastic. Since let's go back to the dedication page. I don't remember, this one doesn't have like marriage and deaths and stuff like that, which some do. And there are a couple of pages up front here too, the same cardstock material. So if you are one of those folks who enjoys having the extra information in there, you can put it in yourself. There's nothing wrong with drawing some lines and putting, deaths and marriages and babies and all that good stuff. Abbreviation notes, this goes over, the text a little bit, some abbreviations. These are nice to know, especially if you start getting into some deeper study. Well, I thought they're positive there's a dedication page in here. I must have flew right by it. I did. No, I didn't. Where are we at here? Did you see me flip through that? I know it's late and I'm pretty tired, but I would have thought that I would have seen that. Surely. This has, dedication pages aren't that important to me, as you can tell. And we will talk about the ribbons here in a second as well. That is not it. Here's the forward, which goes over quite a bit of information there. Looks like my battery's about ready to die. So, wow. That is interesting. Either I'm completely missing it or it's not here. Either way, you can write it all down. Let's flip open real quick before this battery dies completely. I'm going to rough up my pages trying to get in a hurry to one of these ribbons here. If you don't know, I'm not a big, huge ribbon guy. I like having ribbon, one or two in my Bible. I don't want a whole bunch. Thickness is not a priority to me. I know it is to somebody or to some folks. I also know that length is as well. But this has nice wide ribbons. It is shiny on both sides. That seems to be something that people look for. My biggest thing when I look is it going to be out of the way while I'm reading? Does it tuck down in the center easily? I don't want it rolling over on the text, or I don't want it rolling over. I'm misspeaking here. I don't want it rolling all over on itself in the Bible. I want it to be able to stay flat. Just kind of my thing. I don't want it being balled up. But yeah, there's enough of a center column there, center section, and the valley there that it doesn't roll over on itself. The leather is not overly floppy, which I'm okay with. It holds okay, but it doesn't hold as securely as some others. It's a harder leather. Almost think like football pigskin leather is the feel that I get with it. Not that it's bad or anything. This is a great desk Bible. I'm sure people carry this to church and all that good stuff too, but that's the Legacy Standard Bible, giant print reference Bible. I can't remember what the print size is on this. Let's see if it actually says the text size. I can't remember that, and I'm reading upside down. I'm thinking it's like a 12 or 13 point text. And compared to my other 12, 13 point text Bibles, because that's kind of my sweet spot, 11 to 13 works out well. I do have my NLT here right beside, so I will just flip it open. And see. Wow. Not the same page, but let's scoot that on down. And you can see the size difference there on the Bibles. It's quite a bit. But text-wise, it looks slightly bigger and cleaner than the NLT giant print personal size, which is a 12-point text, I'm pretty sure. But having a little bit more size, you get a little bit more there, gives it a cleaner look. I think the spacing's cleaner. Great Bible. Let me know what you think. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Thanks for your comments. Appreciate it all.